You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show. Hello and welcome to Movie Bidders with the Farx brothers. I'm Kirk.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Nick.
And we're joined with...
It's Damian Walker.
We're joined with Damian Walker, writer, producer, and festival director. For the first time ever, we are on video, so nice to see you, audience.
We don't see the audience. The audience sees us.
Okay, sure.
It's fine.
This is going well.
Yeah, great opening. This is how the show usually goes, so I'm not surprised.
We think we're going to talk about the Toxic Avenger, is that correct? And we're going to say, Damian, thanks for picking the Toxic Avenger. Can I just say what happened?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Let's break the fourth wall.
Hi, audience. So, originally, when this interview was set up, I had asked Kirk to do it. He did. And I want to thank my brother. Then a chat... What?
The fan's still on.
Oh, the fan's still on.
Like, what the hell was that noise? Yeah.
What the fuck did you plug the fan into if I plugged the light into where the fan was plugged into?
I plugged the fan into a different port in the power strip.
I asked if there was a fucking power strip.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
I apologize. I thought Chris, when he explained it, mentioned the power strip. Dean was here earlier.
All
Chris
right.
Dedenne.
Yes, stand-up comedian and friend of the podcast.
Friend
and
of
linear listener.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened was we set up this conversation. You set up the conversation. And Damian says, oh, you guys set up Green Room. And I was like, oh, so we're talking about Green Room? And we all talked. And Nick, Kirk, and I watched Green Room. And I've written a bunch of notes about Green Room. And I was going to say, why'd you pick a neo-Nazi movie to to talk about? And then you explained when you got here that you were like, oh, this is a nice Green Room. I was like, yeah, isn't it great? We're talking about the movie Green Room in this Green Room. And you're like, I didn't watch the movie Green Room. So that's totally fine. We're going to talk about Toxic Avenger. But what I have here first in the first minute is that I've just been alerted to new rules for Zfest. Is that correct, sir? Do you want to set up who Damian is and what festival?
But I thought we were going to talk about that.
Well, I thought I could read them, right? Am I not allowed to read them? I'm allowed to read them, right?
You can. It's your podcast. It's out there. It's out there.
4 teams under rules. There has been an AI policy put in, and it's pretty much the same as the 48, right? Is that a good way to describe it? Yeah. So you're allowed to use AI in your Zfest entry film, subject to the following rules. You must have the legal rights to all material used in your film, including AI-generated content. So that means you can't just go and have Mickey Mouse and make him have HIV on his face or something like from the movie
HIV, that's what he came up with?
Yeah. Well, from the movie Philadelphia. You Denzel Washington and Antonio Banderas?
I think they're called legions, but...
Yeah, they were, so you couldn't say, here's Mickey Mouse, put legions on him, and we're doing
the HIV one
you can't make Mickey Mouse look like the Toxic Avenger.
You can't make... Okay. I mean, that's not fair to the movie Philadelphia. I do like the movie Toxic Avenger in that they wiped out $5 million of medical debt spending. What?
8.
It's up to 8?
Yes.
Do you want to explain what I'm talking about?
They for every there was a minimum amount, and I think the minimum amount was $5 million. Mm-hmm. But then for every extra million after that that it made at the box office, they were going to wipe out $1 million of medical debt because they're paying that debt off. They're purchasing it from collectors who have already bought it for pennies on the dollar. So it's worth $8 million worth of medical debt, but it was probably paid off for a tenth of that or less.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about.
You aware of this, Damian?
I've heard something about that, but I don't know it intimately.
Not a passion of yours.
No.
Did you see the movie in the theater?
Yes.
Excellent. Was it as part of, you went and were like, hey, I want to go see this? This wasn't like you happened to still be working there and you were like...
I didn't pay to see it. I'll say that.
Okay.
Nice.
I mean, the Farx brothers didn't exactly pay to see it.
We have a subscription.
We have a subscription to a theater chain that allows you to have a subscription. Somebody was like, hey, we're going Friday night, and everyone looked at each other and went, hell yeah!
No, we didn't see that. That is true. Because we were scrambling to decide to do something else, and then last minute we had free time to go watch the movie.
Any AI output that incorporates copywritten material, copyrighted is what it says, like a famous actor's face or a recognizable movie still without proper permission is not allowed. makes sense to me. You must list all forms of AI used in the task system. And you were saying at 48, nobody used any AI for 48 this past the year of our Lord 2025.
For the Minneapolis 48-hour film project,
No
that
one
is
listed.
correct.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because you're also the co-festival director, whereas you're so you're 1.5 festival directors.
Correct.
Yeah, 1.5. This is, yeah. I mean, you should man spread more on that couch, push Nick a little to the side. You must list all forms of AI in the task system, including generative AI for story, art, music, predictive AI for casting and marketing, computer vision for VFX, cinematography, and you're not talking about the stuff that's already included in like Adobe.
This is way different from the
Continue
Task
reading.
Avengers.
Okay, and speech and voice AI for dubbing and dialogue. You must also list what you use the program for in your film. You do not need to include any AI that is built into editing software or filmmaking programs that assist in executing protocols in the program. Nick, do you know what that means?
Yeah, well, so like for an example, Adobe has their enhanced speech, which now sucks balls, so I don't use it anyway.
Sponsor the show, please.
Fuck you, Adobe.
Wow.
And
Here's our sponsorship.
it's yeah.
Da Vinci, we're open. We're sluts.
Yeah.
We're complete whores. You know.
Yeah, that's one example that's built in.
Okay.
I don't know if you would call. I know Photoshop has. I don't use Photoshop that much, but like they have some AI built in. It's technically AI, like to filling in. You know, it's like the newer version of content-aware fill, which never worked for me in the first place.
Content-aware fill. What?
In After Effects, it never worked for me. We've had visual effects shots in our films where I've tried to use it and it didn't work, and I did it manually because it didn't work. Photoshop works better. I mean, especially with the AI tools, you can say, hey, remove this cat and replace it with a dog. You know, it generally works
Okay.
if that's what you need. So that's an example of built-in software. It seems to generally work because you're only working with a single image, but when you're working with motion, like in After Effects, or if you're working in Premiere and you're working with a whole bunch of audio and you run enhance. It used to work very nicely. It's gotten worse. It's gotten a lot worse. I can't use it anymore most of the time. But that's an example of a built-in AI tool.
Damian, what's your relationship to post in the movies you've been making over the past score plus of years? Because I think you said you're a writer, director, now festival director.
I'm not a director.
You're not a director. You're a writer. What's your second?
Producer.
Writer, producer, festival director. Where do you get involved at this level of, like, do you know how to use any of the programs we're talking about?
No.
Okay.
I let editors do their magic, and I reap the benefits.
How do you communicate with somebody who you don't understand how you call it magic? Do you nail down a little deeper?
So the director is the one that communicates with the editor on the vision for the project. I communicate with the director of what we agree upon the vision to be. Mm-hmm. So that's on the director to work with the editor to execute that.
I see.
So
any AI used to create content for your film cannot be submitted for individual award categories. This includes, but not limited to, AI-generated posters for Best Poster. That's an interesting example.
That's very specific. Yeah.
AI-generated screenplays for Best Writing and Screenplay. AI-generated music or song for Best Original Score or Song. AI-generated visual effects for Best VFX. You got AI-generated actors, either physical or voice, for Best Performances. So you would have disqualified Adrian Brody from The Brutalist for winning Best Actor? Because
his mouth was AI'd? Wasn't it just a dialogue?
No, it was the intonation they changed for some of his pronunciation. Are you aware of this in did you see The Brutalist?
I did not.
Are you at all interested in The Brutalist?
No.
Well, why is that? That's interesting to me.
Well,
You saw the
like
Toxic
it's a
Avenger.
4-hour-long movie.
It is a 3.5 hour.
I don't care. Oscar bait movies do nothing for me.
Oscar
Say more
bait.
about that, sir. You're a Toxic Avenger, but you're not an Oscar baiter.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Wait, is there a difference between an Oscar bait movie and an Oscar movie? Is there a difference at all? Like Oscar bait, I imagine Oscar baits don't make
Usually
the Oscars.
dramatic films that have longer than 2-hour runtimes don't do anything for me.
Uh-huh.
Usually, so are you a short-ass movie guy?
Short ass movie, yeah.
No, I'll watch a 2.5-hour-long comedy. That's fine.
Like
That's
a Judd Apatow?
Yeah.
Those are worse Judd Apatows when they're longer.
It's
Give me
still
an
better
example.
than fucking probably 3.5 hours of I'm so fucking sad.
Atonement's a great. That's to me is
Atonement isn't a comedy.
Atonement is an Oscar baity type movie that I'm kind of throwing out. Have you seen the movie?
I have not.
Okay, that totally fine. I think it's fun that there is this siloing between people who see themselves more as like you're a schlocky horror guy,
Correct.
and Oscar bait, like never the two shall meet. It's like the weird band kids and the theater kids aren't going to talk to each other, but they're both not getting dates to prom.
That doesn't mean I don't appreciate what they are and probably find some enjoyment if I actually got out and watched them, but they don't get me to buy a ticket or get me out of the door to watch their film.
That's fair.
Did you? Was there ever a time when you were a younger man where you're like, well, these Academy Award movies, there must be something to them? Where was the tipping point or the breaking point, or did you never like even?
I mean, growing up, Wayne's World was my favorite movie, so it's like that's the bar for the type of movie I enjoy. So they never like Shawshank Redemption is awesome. I love that movie.
Yeah.
So there are few and far between movies that kind of are in that realm, but again, the barrier to get me in the door is very high.
Stephen King. I'm just saying, Stephen King, wrote Shawshank Redemption, so it's
okay, sure.
It's got. You do not know that?
No.
Well,
He's written like 100 things. Yeah, like he wrote The Long Walk, which just had a movie that come out, and now he's another movie, Running Man.
We're in the Toxic Avengers episode, but can you guys give us we're non-spoilers, so should I see The Long Walk? Nick and I haven't seen it.
100% yes.
100%
Yeah, you should
yes.
see it.
100%.
Yes.
But you liked it?
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. It's probably my top 10 this year.
I heard the ending blew.
The ending wasn't as great as it could have been, but I don't think it took away from the movie.
Yeah. It's definitely different from the book.
Yeah.
You've read it?
No, I Wikipedia'd the book.
You've read it?
No.
Do you read?
No.
That's fine. I book on tape. I'm in the middle of
That doesn't
Chaos
count.
by Tom O'Neill right now. No, actually,
Reading doesn't count if you listen
Saga
to it.
and Jetty in the past 2 weeks was like, fuck you, it counts. It was on their private.
Why does it count?
Because you're going to retain
something.
a lot more information by listening to it than
Yeah, but
we've had this debate on the show. He wasn't here for that
Yeah, but are you
episode,
called listening to a podcast? That shouldn't count as reading. That doesn't count as reading either.
Well, there's a difference between a podcast where people come on and extemporaneously think things, and then a book where the words have been written and then edited, and then someone went and
to the
performed
audio
them.
media of it. It doesn't count as reading.
Arguably, audio books.
We're never going to get through this rule.
Yeah,
Well,
right. You want to finish that rule?
I don't. Wait, do you ever try audiobooks?
I have in the past,
Okay.
but I'd rather watch a thing than listen to it.
Is that what you say to your wife?
What?
I'd rather watch you than listen to you. I'm going to try that on Mrs. Farx later. Hi, honey. Your film will be eligible for Best Picture and Best Sub-Genre Submission as long as all outlined rules are followed. It will also be eligible for all awards submitted categories AI was not used for. Anyone caught circumventing these rules will be subject to their film being disqualified from competition and potential impacts to participate in future years of the festival.
Whoa.
So you try to circumvent and you never get to do. You could earn a ban.
Lifetime ban.
Sure.
You could earn a ban.
It's harsh as fuck. I like it.
Say that again.
So that's harsh as fuck, and I like it.
Much like the Toxic Avenger, it was harsh as fuck, and I liked it.
Okay. Now, before, were you done?
Go. I want you to talk more.
No, I just wanted to make sure. Well, because what I was going to say before we went down that road with the rules was we have a chance to pivot on what movie we're talking. Because Damian doesn't remember that. I don't remember a stretch of it because I fucking
Toxic
fell
Avenger?
asleep.
Yeah. I do remember you. It does fall asleep.
So there is a chance where we could walk back, rewind a little further to maybe a movie that's.
Conjuring Last Rites and how we didn't like that.
Oh, I don't know.
Kirk hasn't seen it. Did you see Conjuring
I
Last?
did see it.
Okay,
Did you like Conjuring Last Rites?
It was fine.
It was fine.
It was, yeah. It was, yeah.
Where would you
It was
rank it?
better than the third film.
Oh, the devil made me do it?
I love Devil. I love the legal. Really? Yeah, I love the legal thriller. That is the third Conjuring movie. I would prefer that.
Fucking naked dead body walking around in a morgue, though. You know, what the fuck were they thinking?
A naked
In
dead
this
body
movie?
walking around in a
In
morgue.
Last
In the
Rites?
third one.
Oh.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, they totally had that. Yeah,
Did you-
it was terrible.
You didn't like that?
It was weird.
Ne-
Why
you
do
don't
I need
like-
to see a naked body's dong?
Oh,
like in a Conjuring movie.
So it was a naked dead body. This
It
is
like revived. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be like we're talking about ghosts here, but yet here we have a corpse.
Do we see the dung?
No, because they
We
could have
see
shown
dong
it.
in Toxic
I feel a
Avenger?
little shortchanged
Yeah, we
because it
do.
is an R-rated movie. We could have gotten dong, and I always am in
Shortchanged.
favor of like a good, tasteful dong shot. But like, no, they didn't show it. Yeah, it's like Conjuring so badly wants to be PG-13, but they also want to be R. They want to be R just because it's so scary, but they never like we can't say fuck. We can't hear Ed Warren saying fuck. He's a good Catholic.
He hit his wife, but he can't say fuck.
Yeah. So it's like we want to be PG-13. We can't show dead dong. But yeah.
This is the second time in as many episodes that dead nudity has come up on the show.
What was the other one?
Because have you ever heard of the Dark Backwards? That'll be the episode that releases somewhere around when this episode comes out.
I have not.
Okay, it's a 1994 movie.
91.
91, excuse me. Thank you, sir.
And I have a feeling it was probably shot in like 1988. It looked like it.
Very, very much so. Bill Paxton licks a naked woman who's found dead in a dump.
Dead. You can't describe her as naked first. She's dead first.
You got to say dead before naked, not
Yeah.
naked and dead.
She's a dead, naked woman in this garbage pile.
And then we didn't remember on the show, or maybe we did, but then there's all of those dead bodies in Bad Boys 2.
In the
Do you remember
morgue
Bad
scene.
Boys 2 in the morgue? Have you seen? You've never seen? That's too
I
much
saw
action.
it in the theater when it first came out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because you were a Bad Boys fan, I'm taking it.
Oh, everybody was a Will
Bay.
Smith fan back then.
Oh,
Or
Will
you
Smith.
see it as that. Okay.
Oh yeah. Come on.
So when did we see the dong in Toxic Avenger? We're not
When
not
he-
spoilers, but
When he pees on himself, so
Yeah.
he break out the thing.
And
that's
like
right.
there's all this hype like about that scene. And it's like it was nothing.
There was hype about that scene.
Yeah, they like apparently that got like spoiled online, and
Him
like
peeing, or-
I walked in nearly blind to
yeah.
this movie. I
and
knew it.
I thought it was incredibly underwhelming for how much it was like hyped up.
It was like theater. I remember the headlines that I read were like theater owners are afraid of the dong scene. Okay.
It's pretty mild, yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
what to
Or
say.
like people gonna go like, oh no, now I have to pee on myself in this theater. I don't know.
So are we for sure debating Toxic
I don't know.
Avenger? Or
Wait,
are we
are
finding
you?
something else?
So, I like this. The pivot in the middle. I don't know what the title of this episode is yet. Who's ever clicked on it will have known by the time they have clicked on it. But what is your pitch? Is it Conjuring Last Rites over Toxic
Well,
Avenger?
Kirk didn't see that. So
Kirk
I'm thinking,
didn't
is
see
there
it.
something we
Yes.
all saw other than Toxic Avenger that because Damian saw it but doesn't remember it
Did
necessarily?
you see him?
He's gonna see
I
him
did.
next
I'm
week.
going to see him next week.
You're not gonna like it, I bet.
Whoa.
No, I definitely won't.
Wait. So you already know going in, you're not gonna like the
Correct.
him.
Yes.
I also kind of knew him because
Yeah.
I read a review and it wasn't great.
I'm
No,
looking at my
I watched the
AMC
trailer
history.
and I knew.
Oh,
But-
wow. But wait, you still want to see it?
Yeah.
Friend of mine and I see every horror film that
Oh.
gets released theatrically.
Does this person make movies?
No.
You guys didn't see Spinal Tap yet.
Correct.
You saw Spinal Tap?
I did, but I took my parents to it.
I got Spinal Tap on disc so that I could rewatch it and go see the second one.
Yeah.
And we're doing that. That episode's coming out in the future. We don't know if this will be if that
Honey
will be on
Don't. Did we all see Honey
I
Don't?
have not seen Honey Dog.
Honey Don't. We'd recommend.
You didn't
not
see I
seeing
Know
it.
What You Did Last. Did you see I Know What You Did Last?
I did see.
You guys can just do I know what you
That
did
would have
last
been a
time.
fun one. Oh, and we get to spoil it for you?
I don't. I know
Because
that.
you saw it with me, didn't you?
Wait,
Yeah,
saw it
we
together.
saw it, yeah.
Are we gonna like the thing about Freddie Prinze Jr.?
I mean,
I don't
this
know
is
what you're
enough.
talking
What's
about,
one
but
thing
like-
about Freddie
Yeah.
Prinze Jr.?
I know something about Freddie Prinze Jr.
I mean, yeah,
He's in the movie.
He's
Yeah,
in the movie.
and
He's
he's
definitely
married
in the
to
movie.
Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Yes.
In real life.
who was not in the movie at all.
So
This will
mean, I'm
be
fine.
Damian Walker and a selection of recent horror movies. That's
This
gonna
might
the-
be a better like we spoiled it for you anyway, so like
yeah.
maybe this is a more lively debate. I don't know, but we're
Go
probably
ahead.
we probably see eye to eye on it though too. So it's
You
not
guys,
much
yeah.
debate.
Nobody in this room liked I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. Am I correct?
I kind of liked it when I walked out, but then after thinking about it, it's not that great of a movie.
Did you like it?
Not particularly.
Did you like Final Destination 5?
I
Or
did.
6?
I did. The
Bloodlines.
recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. That's the problem. Is there was one of these movies that was a reboot sequel that was good, and then there was one that was bad, and they came out right next to each other. So it highlights how bad the bad one was.
That's fair.
Yeah. And is this your favorite Final Destination sequel?
It could be.
It's not your favorite. Okay, there's a point of bait. What's your favorite sequel? 5?
2.
2.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay. I see. Well, is it because of the cultural impact it's had? Sorry, Nick, we'll come back to you, but I wanted to see if Damian can make an argument.
Yeah, go ahead, because I got to think what mine is.
I know. Why is 2 the best sequel? I would argue for Bloodlines over...
I mean, I just viscerally enjoyed it. Like, it was a lot of fun. The kills were great. The opening sequence was awesome.
Uh-huh. Do you drive behind logging trucks?
I do not.
You will actively not do it because
Well, I've never really been presented the opportunity to avoid it, but I totally would.
I have actively avoided it in my life and have said Final Destination 2 when I did and how I did it. I think 6 is better because it like the first movie is this, and then the second movie is like what comes after it, but then the 6th movie is like, here's what you know, and we're going before and after, so we're expanding the whole thing. And when they make a 7th one, I hope it goes even further, like to try and explain.
Farther in the past?
Farther in the past and farther in the future, and you have to consider all of these things. Because like that's what always made like a third movie in a series, is that you had to go back to the original and find out something. Like Scream 3 there's a version of that in Scream 3, isn't there, where it's like...
Well, it's you're finding out that...
The history of Marine
Scott Foley was the original killer and set the 2 killers up in the first movie up
That's
to do
right.
it. Yeah.
Or like how Final Destination 5, you find out, oh, this is before 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were always going to
Pretty
watch
big
these.
spoilers.
You're here for the baits.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you accept my counterbait of why I feel like 2 has 6 over 2, in that 6 has a greater scope and changes everything we know?
All film is subjective, so you're entitled to your opinion.
Absolutely not. There is objective over sound. There is objective over which choice they made. There's objective over lenses, time, when it came out. There's lots of objectives.
Yeah, but none of
no.
what you said was
Yeah.
those except for choices, maybe by choosing to go.
You can have a subjective relationship to the choices that were made. That I agree on. And that's where the disagreements usually stem from.
Oh yeah, if you're not talking about which choices are better or which lenses are better, yeah, it's objective that they used a 50 millimeter lens for this scene, but like
Well, it's objective what
that.
they did and how, like, oh, they used a split diopter to communicate this. That's where we can have the debate is,
but
why did they do that?
Everything you said was being better is subjective.
The way you interpret the movie is a subjective thought. I don't care about the objective things they did to create the actual physical movie. The way you feel about it, the way you experience the movie, is all subjective to your own personal opinions.
So where I disagree with that is that, let's say we're talking about Alien, right? It's called baiters, movie baiters. It's not just this; it's a little bit of that, and a lot of
But you are objectively about to be wrong. So go ahead.
What is the metaphor interpretation of the movie Alien?
I don't know. I don't like the movie. So
There's a generally accepted metaphor that
I have not
You
researched this
wanna say
movie,
it?
so I don't know.
You
I
The
think
fear
I
of
know what
being
you're
raped?
talking about.
Yeah.
what would you?
It's a rape,
Yeah.
sexual assault.
It's now there's nothing objectively in Alien that you could say that, but it is objective that in society, in the 46 years since that movie came out, the accepted interpretation is that it's talking about rape.
It's objective that a lot of people subjectively see that.
Yes.
But that still means subjectively.
But if it objectively gets a lot of people to, it's because like I've heard it stated,
No,
the
it's
point,
subjectively.
the objective of the movie is to get men to understand what it would be like to be raped.
Has the filmmaker said that?
I think one of the writers says that on the special features, is that there was an inception, or like that was an inception point for them. Is that
I think I remember reading that Dan O'Bannon.
was he one of the regional screenwriters? Is that
Yeah, he's in the mix. It's one of those, there's story by. I think the screenplay credits are split up like story by screenplay, and I think he was. If I had to guess, he was more early on than final. Like he might be a story by credit, maybe not a screenplay credit. I haven't looked.
My point is that we can objectively observe something in society, and the impact that it's had, and then we can have disagreements that would be subjective on what impact, what had, where, why, when. but I think it's both of these guys knew what I was talking about without me saying it.
Well, yeah, because we know that other
Yeah.
people have said that, and I don't disagree that you can choose to find that metaphor, if you want to call it that, in the movie if you're looking for it.
Everyone's
But
emotional.
that's still like subjective. If I choose to find it, even
Sure.
you know, it's objective that a lot of people have come to that conclusion. It's subjective unless we can have like a direct quote saying that was the intent. It's
Right.
objective that we can say the intent, but even the intent doesn't necessarily mean.
It doesn't matter what you intended. It matters more how it was received.
Well,
and as Damian said, it's subjective.
But
for everyone.
a lot of people have a lot of people involved in the film have a lot of different intents, and they don't always come through. Like I feel like there was intent. I won't spoil anything, but like I'm sure there was intent for the film Him that didn't come through. You know, I'm sure there was intent there that didn't come through, and so it's like the intent was subjective.
This isn't a spoiler, but can I tell you an intent that he intended and see if you respond to
For
it?
him?
Yes, for him is that I listened to the director on the IndieWire Toolkit podcast today, and he said he was inspired by David Lynch. Like he wanted to take Vietnam movies and like how Marlon Wayans is in the movie, and like the kind of practicing is like, you're getting ready to go to Vietnam. You're getting ready to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
And then just that it's filtered through like a David Lynch type story. Would you agree that it was somewhat Lynchian in its how it presented itself?
I would not.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, I think having a lot of like quick flashes and again not spoiling anything, but like quick cutaways and stuff that's just where is this real or not? Like I don't think that in itself is Lynchian. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to define Lynchian off the top of my head, but that doesn't.
What are some David Lynch movies that you respond to, have seen?
I have seen. Well, I saw Mulholland Drive, but that was a long time ago.
I'm going to pivot to. So you've seen. I was going to ask, what have you seen of David Lynch? Damien?
Mulholland Drive,
Okay.
a long time ago.
No,
And that's your reference point. Mulholland Drive, Blue Velvet,
I've seen some Blue Velvet.
Elephant Man.
I've seen Elephant Man, but that's a little. That's like atypical. That's
Yes.
That's
the only one Roger Ebert liked.
Yeah, well, and he also, he did Dune. And that
Correct.
Dune is not going to be like a David Lynch movie in the way that Twin Peaks is David Lynch and that Mulholland Drive is David Lynch. You know what I mean? Like,
There's some zaniness.
Sure. But I think, I think David Lynch's zaniness and weirdness has a very specific thing that's hard to put your finger on or put into words. And this was just like, oh, we're going to cut to these in-your-face flashes of stuff. I mean, maybe, so it's if he says...
The director said, this was my intent. I watched a bunch of David Lynch movies.
If he says
and I wanted to.
that was his intent, well, objectively, that was his intent, but it's only going to be subjective if someone got that or not. It's subjective. I subjectively did not get David Lynch from him at all. Someone else might subjectively get it, even without knowing that was Justin Tipping's intention.
Damian, how would you describe your tastes as they relate to general audience's tastes? And you could, segment into genre if it makes it easier to discuss.
That's a good question.
I'm good at this.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm pretty in line with what general audiences say on movies. Like typically, except when it comes to horror, I'm a bit harsh on horror. So
Because you didn't like Weapons.
yeah, Weapons was not good.
Why do you say that? Well, you can
It was a
spoil it, okay.
it was a basic story glossed over in a unique storytelling technique.
What did you think of Strange Darling?
I enjoyed that. That was fun.
Did you enjoy Strange Darling more than Weapons?
Yes.
Wow, Nick, how do you feel about that?
Well, I have the same criticism of Weapons, so I don't have like. I guess I feel like. I would still say I like Weapons more than Strange Darling. Strange Darling felt like, I liked Strange Darling.
I like the cinematography of Strange Darling better than Weapons, I think.
Well, yeah, that was on 35 mil.
Why?
Because
it's going to look a certain way.
One was shot digitally, one was shot on actual film.
Sure.
I don't think I would have liked Weapons more
If
or
it was
less
on
if it
film,
was
yeah.
on film. So it's like, who cares?
If they did it like Sinners, where they got the IMAX cameras out. And
Right.
Well,
do you go to IMAX since you've
No.
got access to a free cinema in your life?
No, I don't.
So you don't do any of the PLFs, premium large format.
No.
Is I think what that stands for. So that's not an impactful like.
Yeah, that doesn't drive me to the cinema. That doesn't like factor into my decision making of seeing a film.
Seeing Morbius in Dolby, where the seat shook, actually did impact my ability to enjoy that movie.
The vampire
Fair
movie?
Morbius, yes, is a vampire movie, and I enjoy. Weren't you with me? I know.
No, I didn't see that because I hear it was a pile of garbage.
There's piles of garbage that I mean, you guys all went and
Yeah, but I
walked into
wouldn't
him
watch
even though it had low
that in
ratings.
like Dolby or IMAX. That's wild. What movie did you see in IMAX that was so great that you had to see it again in IMAX?
I saw Sinners that way. I had to go back and watch and then I watched it that way on Max. Do you then, since you don't see it in the movie theater, do you ever catch it in like streaming or on disc? Like a Nolan movie. I'll use that as an example. You must be aware that Nolan movies do the aspect ratio shifting for when...
Well, I don't get your premise that I don't see movies in the movie theater.
You don't see premium large format movies.
Right.
So like you wouldn't see a movie where the aspect ratio expands into IMAX. So
Right.
do you end up seeing that then? Take a Marvel movie on Disney Plus. I don't assume you watch those, but...
I do.
Oh, you do? Do you watch them in the theater or on Disney Plus?
Both.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about with
Yeah.
the IMAX stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do get it, but it's more
get
on
it.
streaming and...
I get it. It just it doesn't get me to put money to the movie theater to go see it in that format.
I mean, it doesn't get us to it either because, again, back to the subscription.
Well, you're paying for the
same
subscription.
price.
I am paying for the subscription. I mean, pay for all of the services that connect to the TV except for like Tubi that has fast, free ad-supported television.
Fair enough.
And I like those a lot. Man, so what was this episode about, Nick?
Well, for a while we were talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. Then we were talking about Alien. And then that led us to talk about weapons.
So I think this is a horror episode with
Him.
the new director of the Zfest festival, Damian Walker. We talked about how are you going to avoid the situation like what happened with the poster? Like, it's not a secret. Adam came on the show and talked about, we gave an AI poster an award. Yeah. How did that happen, and how is it going to be that not going to happen in the future?
Well, I wasn't running the festival before, so I don't know how it happened.
Okay, that's a fair answer.
But you read the rule,
I read the rule.
and that's what we're going with.
What if somebody said, I didn't use AI? And like they just say, do you have a way of determining if something used AI?
No.
Okay.
I have an idea.
You're going to pitch the director
Well-
of Zfest an idea right now?
Yes.
Before we go into
if I
splitting
may be so humble.
I would
if-
say bold.
If bold.
Hey,
bold.
listen. See, people now will get the nuance.
Yeah, now we-
Hey, listen.
Sorry, please be
Video.
bold. Say, hey,
If they,
listen.
well, I mean, if they did it without AI, there would have to be some project file associated with it, whether it's an Adobe Illustrator file or Photoshop or Affinity. There would have to be something. So you could ask them to, this would just prove, I mean, like, unless they drew it fucking by hand and painted it by hand with watercolors and took a picture of it and ran it through a Xerox, there would have to be like a project file associated with, so.
Right. And I have no interest in super policing everybody's film and everybody's made content for it. Now, if there's an allegation, obviously, then I'll look into it. But that's an option. That's definitely an option if there's an allegation against film.
That
But
does
it's
seem
like
a fair
I,
balance.
the rules out there. I assume everybody is operating under good positive intent with their film. So
Really?
unless I have to believe people are inherently good. So
You don't really believe people are inherently good, do you?
I do.
Wow. Oh, that's a fascinating point to end the non-spoiler section, I know you think.
Yeah.
Allegations of people being, generally good.
Well, let's hop right into spoilers where we're going to, spoil every horror movie?
Every horror movie we can think of in
Yeah.
this room
All right.
that's come out this year.
Catch us on our spoiler segment. Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.